What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today for episode number 82 of the Car 5 podcast. You guys know me. I'm your host, Joshua. For today's episode, we're going to be talking about the brand new De Tomaso P72 and their return to the automotive world. As usual, everyone, let's go ahead and just dive right into things. So everybody, this is awesome. This is something I'm so excited about. Long story short, for those that aren't familiar, De Tomaso was a company in the 60s and 70s and early 80s and a little bit up to the 90s as well that produced several different types of cars, but unfortunately due to just financial times, they ended up going out of business. The car they're most famous for is the De Tomaso Pantera, which actually used a Ford Cleveland V8 engine, and is just a car that everybody loves. It's super loud, it's fast for its time. It looks insane. It's just you see them around, and I just saw a bunch of them at Monterey Car Week, and so it was sad when De Tomaso did go out of business, and now they were actually purchased by the same company that purchased Apollo Automobili. That same company purchased De Tomaso and is revitalizing, bringing the brand back again to the automotive world. And a little bit earlier this year, it randomly made an announcement kind of that they're back in business and they're unveiling a car. But the cool thing is they've actually kind of been working on this secret of bringing the brand back for about 5 years. They kept that secret going for 5 years that they were working on something, but they waited until 2019 to actually say something. Monterey Car Week comes around. They unveil the car. It's so incredibly amazing. It's in my opinion, it's got huge inspiration behind Spyker and Pagani, and that's something we'll get into. I'm really excited to do this episode. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but let's go ahead and let's slow down a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the details of the De Tomaso P72 itself. Starting with the exterior, this is where I feel, just me personally, you might agree, you might disagree. Let me know if you do, either way. But I think there's a lot of Pagani inspiration behind this car. I'm looking at the pictures of it right now, and I feel like the very dramatic side mirrors have much of Pagani's inspiration behind them. If you just compare the two, look up a Pagani Huayra, De Tomaso P72, look at the exterior side mirrors, and I think you'll get what I mean behind that. From a side profile, you do get hints of both the De Tomaso Pantera and the P70 as well. I love the look of this car from the side. Again, at Monterey Car Week, when they unveiled the car, getting up to the car and actually seeing it, looking at it from all these different angles, that's kind of how I came up with my own ideas of where I think there is inspiration from. From a side profile, I definitely do see a little bit of P70 as well as the Pantera. Looking at it from a rear end, the rear end of the car, you do have larger circular taillights that are accompanied by a very beautifully and elegantly put together mesh grille that have the P72 badge for the car written in a kind of cursive type of format. For again, me, that just says Pagani inspiration as well. But the main thing that I think the car utilizes for Pagani inspiration is actually how you get access to the engine. The whole rear of the car, basically from mid to rear, just opens up, just like a Huayra does, where you can have access to the engine bay, which is definitely not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing that the De Tomaso uses sets of inspirations like that from a different car. I think it just gives the other car a bit of a certification and authenticity and legitimacy of when you have other car companies kind of using in a legal way, as we'll say, your ideas or their cars are inspired by your look. Again, this is just totally me. I see a lot of Pagani in this car. If you agree or you disagree, let me know. I'd love to see your guys' insight and your thoughts behind that. But again, that's for the exterior. For the interior, we're going to go ahead and look at what I think is inspiration from the company Spyker. Just looking at this car, you will see the quilted leather pattern seats, as well as this bronzish, almost metal pewter or copper kind of, inlay and design throughout the entire interior. Me says something of like a Victorian or utopian type of inspiration, if I could put it in a way. If you guys like video games or things like that, I would say maybe a little bit of BioShock. For those that don't play video games, it's not going to make sense to you. For my gamers out there, look up BioShock, or you guys already know what it is, and you'll get exactly what I mean. But it's just got this classic look, but it's futuristic at the same time. And that's where I think it's got a lot of Spiker inspiration in regards to the interior when you look at the seats and just the overall trim and how the car looks. Again, compare a Spiker interior and compare a De Tomaso P72 interior. You'll see exactly what I mean. In regards to production, there's only going to be 72 cars produced. That's something I picked up while talking to the De Tomaso guys at Monterey Car Week. The prices are going to start at $850,000. And it is going to be a manual transmission. Yes, we just did the last episode number 81, is talking about how Aston Martin is keeping the manual alive. This episode, De Tomaso is also keeping the manual alive. Something you guys know I love and something I'm excited about. But anyways, just getting back to the actual numbers of it, it's $850,000, and there's only going to be 72 of them made, hence the P72. From what I'm guessing, I can't confirm that, but I think that's why it is called the P72. But not too much details on this car yet. If somebody knows something I don't, please let me know. You guys know how to get a hold of me, either on social media, Instagram, Facebook, send me an email. But I wish there was more details I could talk about. I don't know engine specifications yet. Interior and exterior, there was not really too much to go off of other than just kind of looking at it and making your own thoughts and your own assumptions behind it. But even without all the details, I think this episode is necessary, and it's very exciting because it's now official to the entire world that De Tomaso is back in the game. They got a very successful financial backer behind them. They're unloading their first car, the P72, very expensive, very rare. No doubt it's probably going to be fast. And it's just a looker. It's just a beauty in every which way. But ladies and gentlemen, that's actually all we got for the De Tomaso P72 today for episode number 82. You guys know, of course, if anything else services are brand new, you guys know I'm going to keep you informed. We'll have another episode about it. Don't forget to follow on Instagram. Don't forget to like on Facebook. If you guys are checking out the podcast for the first time, whether you're listening to it just in the podcast format or if you're on YouTube now, go ahead and feel free to check out the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Feel free to browse the channel. If you guys see what you like, hit that subscribe button. If you don't mind, leave a like on this video as well. You ever need anything from me, or if you just want to talk about cars, shoot me an email. info@car5podcast.com. Now, don't ever forget, if you guys are looking for your favorite hat, jacket, sweatshirt, t-shirt, accessory from your favorite car brand, go ahead and check out the link in the description, www.tog.com. That's a link to the best authentic brand merchandise direct from the manufacturer. I got a coupon code for you guys there as well. Now, the very last thing, most important, don't forget, tune into episode number 83. Kind of a sad one, but I just wanted to make an episode about it. We're going to be talking about a world legend, not only in the business world, but the car world as well. Mr. Lee Iacocca and everything he did as he did pass away not too long ago. Rest your soul, sir. Thank you for everything you've done for us in the car world. That's going to be for episode number 83. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and please remember to drive safe. Thank you.